The night could be fun. There's short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes. That's the leftover you're looking for. You're cut off from the world above. Don't tip over. Step back, world. It's so vibrant out during daylight. He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun, and a gathering net, but no armor, nor enough oxygen supply. He made a suction device so the Mekton can use the black tar as an instant refuel. You can also use it to clear oily goo puddles, so you can pass and access hard-to-get-to areas. He's been working on another project for the Mekton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the scripts. He says if they're trained right, they'll turn into a distraction for the jumbo puff. The best way to find scripts is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive after the apocalypse. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the dead zone than Moog's camp on the steep depot. Once you find Moog, he'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find scripts. Gizmo thinks he's a little peculiar, but very knowledgeable. He has the ins and outs of all monster and creature whereabouts. The Grease Monkey's Mekton is built sturdy, just like himself. Can you imagine how this place used to look before the dead oil flood? Light is the best, period. Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known as the Dead Zone. In the old world, roads like this really led somewhere. Now, most of them lead to disaster. That over there is Steepo Depot, the cliffside that Moog hangs on to. Skronky. Fresh air. Paul, go on. This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be dead by now. Not many are as tough and clever as you must be. Says a monster hunter hears many things on the wind. Moog says that all your power doesn't do you a bit of good if you're not willing to pull the trigger when the time comes.
Kuali.
Out there with the monsters, it's kill or be killed. Which will it be for you?
Sedain Yah.
You might have a steady aim, but you need to be sure that you pick your targets with care.
Over bubuk ziehen. Wachsan intabadan kamaglai.
It's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you know they'll miss.
Sedain Yah.
When it comes to monsters, he mostly picks who dies.
Dana dieser Fehler.
Worries that when the world dies, there won't be any monsters left. What will he shoot then?
Ekanishalavai. Dana dieser Fehler.
Gets why you're thinning the herd so hard, but he wishes you'd leave some monsters for everybody else.
Dana dieser Fehler.
Approves of you working with the Jagni. They have the hunting spirits of a flock of hawks.
Jamakuda Horedatunka.
Enjoys it when he gets the chance, though they're not much good against monsters. But enough of that, right?
Baskilka Michal Tagukal. Waxandonia inamachemale.
He says the wildlife, nature, has changed and turned against us. Instincts of survival took over when the world changed. He's not sure about their veggie diet anymore, and if it's changed, who knows what it's done with the chemical composition of their body output. Right now, though, he feels he's come to a point where he's got a pretty clear idea on the whereabouts of monsters, both tall and short. Says he's not sure, but if you're going to haunt something, it seems a waste not to eat it. Moog says you must learn to walk before you can run. It takes practice before you can call yourself a monster haunter. Fortunately for you, he can help. He understands you need to start off with something small before you go big. There's no better place to start than a squip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little critters for yourself should keep you on your toes. Says it's not far at all. Fortunately for you, the squips seem to have acclimatized themselves to the otherwise uninhabitable dead zone. Let's see. Seems strong enough. This would make anyone woozly. Feel that power. Mount up. Time to get crafty. could do even more now. Wait, it's the scrip hole-up. The place is just filled with critters. Hoo-hoo. Weapons. Middle-lifed. Make sure you know how to get back. Ooh, a biohazard like that can make you real sick. Nothing beats your own 2 feet. Once the volatilization from the nuclear waste evaporated, a volatile gas rose through the soil and infested structures, even Toxanol's own buildings. So, in a way, they caused their own death. Oh, idea. Go knock the lid off that sludge truck. It'll fill the place up and you can get up to that entrance there. There are places up ahead far worse than this. You sure know how to hold a gun. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Just a few moves left. Make them count. You need to line up the switches so they match. Bristles like the hair of one electrified. You need to line up the switches so they match. Bristles like the hair of one electrified. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Down here, you can feel protected and trapped at the same time. A piece of work cut out for you. He says that's enough scripts to sustain the Mekton's claw crane cannon with infinite ammunition. Well done. That's the special weapon he made to store the scripts in the Mekton. It will be strong enough to launch them at the Jumbo Puff. Gizmo's made vehicles before to confront the Jumbo Puff himself, but failed. But this time, it's different. The Mekton will be strong enough to do the job. It's time to put a stop to the World Eater now, otherwise he fears the damage it's caused to the tree already will be too much to handle. He asks you to not even think about taking on the Jumbo Puff on foot. You'll need the Mekton to do the job, take his word for it. There's time to improve the Mekton before you confront the Puff. There are more wreck boxes out in the dead zone with gear you should be able to equip the Mekton with on your own. He got the idea to build the Mekton when he found a big crate containing the metal frame for something Toxanol had named an exoskeleton. Gizmo wants to help if he can. You need to help Gizmo defeat the Jumbo Puff before it destroys the West Route. The octopod is the only way to go deep under surf and take the Merc Puff out. Didn't have much else to say, so no problem. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Gizmo claims your mother always sided with the people, and it's not too late for you. Believes the Tree of Life is a metaphor for all life. Seems surprised you have to go. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Says you'll see each other later. There's still time before the dawn. Some places a Mekton just can't go. Steady there. Let's see. Pick your path carefully by whatever you can see. Great shot. Blasting him. Made it. It's starting to add up. Refreshing. Shot through. Put it out. Bullseye. Slice and dice. Bangarang. Wish you'd packed a poncho? That ain't bad. This place is called PUFFDUFF Bluff. Boom bangs around. Let's see.
Bonjour.
This little fellow feels the world's on the edge of blowing itself up. He feels it's inspiring to see someone out there still banging away at it. Claims it's easier to make green by selling bullets than using them. Thinks you've built yourself up into a walking arsenal. He can't wait to see what you do with all that gunpowder. Save the world or help it go kaboom! Says that even boom makers can do some good if they make the right things explode. Just think about the tinks you can destroy with earth-shattering kabooms. What happens next depends on what you blow up. Says that life's kind of like a fuse. Sometimes it does just what you expect, and other times it catches you by surprise. Be careful with what you light up. Wonders what you would do to put that bang back in the bomb. When a kaboom hits the world that hard for that long, there's nothing left but a glow in the crater. Wonders why you put so much work into making things safer. He used to shoot birds with the Jagni. They're a good bunch to fall in with. Claims it was just for fun. They're not good eating. But enough about you. Says his Muma Grandiosa taught him the secret source of making ammunition. And now that there's an endless need for bangs, business is booming. He was born during the baby boom back in the days, and he was so interested in the family business, he even got nicknamed Boom. He'll take the family secret with him to the grave, which could be any day now, with the world ending and all. Though many have tried, he hasn't met anyone yet who he couldn't defuse. Of course he doesn't want it, but if the world goes under, he hopes it goes with a bang. But before that, he wants to make the best of the time he's got. Boom says he's always looking for ingredients for ammunition. He has enough sulfur, but he can never get too much charcoal, so if you'll get him some of that, he'll make boom-sploding gunpowder just for you. Glad you're willing to bite on that particular bullet. Let's see. It's another motor juice. Nighttime is the better time for lots of things. That's a resource totem, a monument left behind by those that picked scrap, trying to keep the area clean. You can always find some use for rubber scrap. Thinks if you like riding gnoats, you should say thanks to Noko in the gnoat pen. She takes care of them. Seems surprised you have to go. Says you always did keep to yourself, and it's funny to see that hasn't changed. Hopes to see you again soon. Let's see. Even with the world ending, there are fresh days ahead. Personal. A plank place like this is a fire trap. Looks valuable. Let's see. You've located the village of HUBBLEDUN. Says living in the end times might be hard, but it's not all bad. Found an unbroken flush stool over yonder. Still works. You should grab that flush stool before someone scraps it for parts. Says it's where you down your brown. Figures you might find the flush stool in a closet. That's where they used to keep them. Once you find the flush stool, don't drop it. A working flush stool is an amazing thing. Clean and fast. Thinks you'd make good use of it. Says nowadays everything seems to be falling apart, even fire. Could you help out with the fire beacon? It's gone out.
Halita dota.
They can't reach the fire beacon to relight it, but you could.
Uyupe. Yatuba mape.
Claims it signals the end of days when it flares up, but now it's out.
Yubu dauta.
Says the fire beacon's not too far, just keep your head up.
Layoya sakada.
Sometimes you can still see the smoke coming up from it.
Yubu dauta. Fa fayula fayu.
And if you see their mother, please send her home. They miss her.
Rakilada.
Seems choked up to hear that. Offers you extraordinary prices for extraordinary things. Says the place is in high demand, so no wonder you're eager to get down to business. The world is waking up with dawn. Shopkeeper claims you won't be able to find better goods anywhere else. Wants you to know you won't find a better deal anywhere else. Don't get ripped off. Thinks the world seems smaller now it's spinning down the drain. They saw a terror globus a while back, a round world map. Something like that might do a traveler like you some good. Says it's like a regular map, but you spin it. Says the terror globus would be easier to find if you had it, right? A world map like the Terra Globus would be so useful for a wanderer like you. Most never wander out of their region, but you're ready to see the world. Figures you'd loot a lot. Give your eyelights a chance to adjust to the dawn.
Guangsang.
Kuttussa hahitut luffutu. Hanti hitu.
Boom says he's maybe the only one profiting from the way the world is burning. He's happy to put the charcoal from the scorched earth to good use.
Hanti hitu. Tullumafa.
Boom says his speciality is homemade saltpeter, which he makes from a dung mix his friend Moog makes for him.
Tuttarata.
Collecting the various dung that makes up the special Boom Poo blend is an expedition, though, so Moog isn't giving it up for free.
Funsitalla. Ja tanta kuttuhu.
However, you shouldn't need to part with too much green to buy the brown from Moog for him. Boom promises he'll make it worthwhile.
Funsitalla.
Says you're right, but the good stuff costs.
See? On my side. Go, Dark, go.
First instincts can be truly awful.
The fun thing is always the right thing.
Next time, look at it with a clear heart.
Darkly dark, dark.
Tuttaka.
Boom welcomes you back on his terms.
Hifutu.
Understands you have things to do. Let's see.
Ecine. Baskilka Michael Tagugal.
Moog asks if you know the first rule of monster haunting. It's to go where the monsters are. To haunt, you must know the grounds of your prey.
Circa full of in the horse, Bastilka.
Few monsters warrant the fear we have for them, and you don't look like someone that's easily scared. You could help him out.
Owaxu Bastilka. Mashako Hersave.
Start with one monster and take it from there. Spot its tracks and report back. Also, bring back any poo you find. His friend Boom has a nose, and a use for that.
Uvuksu iskualehan Yoskaba.
Says as long as there are monsters out there, it's still haunting time.
Take that light.
Really, you ought to use your head instead of your gut.
See? The darkness lets you get away with anything.
Just remember, you can always find light in the dark.
Dark. When you already know you're right.
Oofda, you're riding Can Thunder. Imagine that. You could just go to a place like this to get a proper meal back in the old world. Knock them out. One down soon. open that tin can and escape. Looks good. Lights leaving. Nice topper. Better than a bare head. Youch! Knuckle sandwich. There's a place and time for everything, but for that city scenario, it's already come and gone. You're on the ropes. Leave that scrap behind. Be sure to buckle your safety harness. Ready to ride. Spring out. Yuck! Biohazard. Sickening. Getting that much closer to perfect. Didn't think it could be better. Bang Shelter 7B is still there, open and ready to shelter. Who needs a weapon? Running low. Wow, that's good stuff. Save your energy. Stomping time. Bang Shelter 7B is still there, open and ready to shelter. Super effective. Hot metal. These steel legs were made for walking. Itchy trigger finger. Did it just get quieter? Might keep you dry, at least. Someone will pay dearly for that. That's even better. Surprised that worked. Nothing's going to waste. Chin up. Let's see. It's shockingly dark out there. Bric-bracs like this were symbols for the growth of the old world. Your key is gone. What a blow! Nice shot! You're bruised. You don't have the key energy for that. Wow, wow, wow. When a story comes to you, pay attention. Got one. Right in the face. Great shot. That's an improvement. There's not much left of what we used to call our world. That must go grab the bar and start squeezing those muscles. You snap that off, feeling pumped up. Watch your balance. chop it up. Crit. The dark is almost over. That's another shopperia. They just couldn't get enough of these places back in the days gone. Now that's a flesh wound. Hey, nice shot. Hack and slash. Well placed. All fired up. You're low on health. You're empty of ki. You're in pain. Nice shot. Dead already. Who could stand against that? Ooh, ooh. Good to be able to get stuff done while the world is awake. Should protect your legs. You have a good eye for that stuff.